Hello everybody, SpiritGaming here, and yes, I'm back with some exciting, juicy news, guys. Yes, you read the title right, and I know that at least 99% of you don't know about this yet. As far as I can see, like my rankings, I went on other server rankings, no one knows this, it's all luck, how they place their allies. And this brings me to my point. Yes, guys, ally order actually matters. I'm gonna explain how it matters, so I'm gonna roll the clip right now and show you how this actually all started first. Yeah, I don't do any damage to him. Does LA support order matter? I have not tested it perfectly yet, but I might have a feeling it does, but I don't think so. So I don't know, really don't know. I'm gonna test it out quite a bit, to be honest. So yes, what Taxi from my stream asked me if LA order matters, and I answered him maybe, probably, but I don't know, right? I had no clue if it really mattered, but I had a feeling since I did kind of test it beforehand, did not really know about or did not even test it perfectly, but after testing it for 1.5 hours on stream and 1.5 hours off stream, I now know a lot of information about this that you really want to hear. But before I tell you this information, I would definitely ask for you to sub to my channel. I do daily Dragon Raja videos, I do 3 streams a week. You can see the schedule down below in the description. And also like the video if you enjoyed it, and please, it does help beat the YouTube algorithm and show this video to a lot more people. And while you're there, near the like button, in the description you can see the link for the Discord channel. And yes, that is my own Discord channel, and you should join it because there are well over 400 players there chatting daily, and it's awesome, it's an awesome community, guys. So I think that was enough of the advertisement, and let's see how ally order actually matters. So let's go. We go to allies, right? And then you see in the center we have the center ally, supporter 1 ally, supporter 2 ally, supporter 3 ally, supporter 4 ally. Now what's important is if we go over here and you see, for example, you know, the bond effect, how it works. I'm not sure if you know, I might explain it as well. So the bond effect works like this. It increases 300% to this right here. So it's 4 times 3, that's 12 plus 12%, right? And it does not increase the health for 300% and stuff like that. It increases this number by 300%. But then we go a bit down. Ally skills are divided into ultimate, EX, special and passive abilities. And this is the main part that confused me the most. There is a chance to trigger the ally's ultimate through attacking. Has a certain cooldown period, and the center ally has a higher chance to proc, right? This is extremely good to know. Now, of course, I realized first, even in the first test, I realized that the order went like this. Center ally, supporter 1, center ally, supporter 2, center ally, supporter 3. But what did I not know was the cooldowns of their ultimate abilities. Yes, this does not work for EX, so even if the EX procs, that does not reset the order of ultimate abilities proccing. This order is only for the ultimate ability, guys, not the EX. So for example, even the first EX ability that procs can be cheesy gens, but ultimate ability will always be the center ally, then it's gonna be the supporter ally 1. Now, the cooldown is, for the main ally, it's always at least 50 seconds. So yes, now why do I say at least? Well, the cooldown is actually 50 seconds, but you have to keep in mind it won't proc every 50 seconds. The reason behind this is that yes, it has a 50-second cooldown, however, there is also this proc chance that does not proc 100%, right? So for me personally, it was always between, the center ally procced always between 50 to 75 seconds maximum. Okay guys, 75 seconds was maximum. Averaged around a minute, averaged around 60 seconds. I tested it out for 2 hours, guys. This is a huge test for me. This is my first like huge test that I did. Next up we have the supporter allies. Now what are their cooldowns? So the cooldown between the ultimate abilities of supporter 1, supporter 2, supporter 3 and supporter 4 is 0. So what this means is that supporter ally 1 can proc his ultimate ability, and then immediately after 1 to 2 seconds supporter 2 can proc. However, keep in mind this happens very rarely, since as you can see here, only the center ally has a higher trigger rate. The support allies have a really low trigger rate, which we don't know yet, and it's probably impossible to test as well. Now, what we know is that after all of these procs, support ally 1 procs, support ally 2 procs, support ally 3 procs, and support ally 4 procs. Now, what happens next? Does the order completely reset, or does it, go randomly? Well, it actually does reset. So after the supporter ally 4 procs, the next person who is gonna proc is the center ally, and then is gonna be the supporter ally 1. But what I saw is, after a huge amount of testing, guys, is that the supporter ally 1 skill, supporter ally 2 skill, supporter ally 3 skill, and supporter ally 4 skill, and even 5 have a 6-minute cooldown. Okay, that's a long cooldown when you look at it that way, but not really, since in 6 seconds, guys, these allies, all of them will rarely proc. Yes, the chances for supporter allies to proc is quite low, and like, for example, it has happened to me to allies proc their ultimates in like 4 minutes, but it has also happened for me that all allies will proc in 7 minutes or more. That's literally crazy to think about it, but then I know a few ways to bypass this. Okay, now I know how to reset the order and the cooldown of the allies. Resetting the order means that, yes, if you reset the order, the center ally will proc first, then supporter ally 1, supporter ally 2 again, like repeat it, right? Reset it. Now, how to do this is by number 1, going out of combat, number 2, switching channels, and number 3, by dying. Yes, you do reset cooldowns and skill orders by dying. So those are the only ways I know for now. If you know any other ways, then please let me know. I would like to hear what you have to say. Now, how does this change the game? Well, guys, you might know that, and you might have seen that some allies are better for PvP and are useful only for PvP, and some are very useful for PvE only, right? For example, let's go to Police Luminous, right? He is here. What his ultimate does is that he reduces the target hit rate by a certain amount, right? I'm not sure how much, but it does. And what this means is that this guy is literally useless in PvE, but it is very useful in PvP. So how we can abuse that is by, using some really nice center in the middle, and then as ally support 1, we place Police Luminous. And in PvP, if you're fighting 1v1, group PvP or whatever, supporter ally 1 and supporter ally 2 will always happen, just because the battles last for quite a long time, okay, right? That's literally it. And by placing Police Luminous on the first slot, you will 100% chance to trigger that ultimate ability, which is a really nice ultimate ability for PvP. Same goes for PvE. Right now, my order in general there is Airy procs, Mingzilu procs, Airy procs again, or College Median procs next. Now, you might have heard me there as well. Why does that order sound different than what you said before? Well, that is because Airy has a 50-second cooldown, and yes, for the center ally, it always procs first, but after those 50 seconds, it has a chance to proc whenever. It has happened to me that both allies, like supporter 2 and Airy, proc at the exact same time, just because the cooldown of Airy's ultimate ended and they both proc at the same time. So what this means is that, yes, you want your center ally to be always the person you want your ultimate to proc the most, right? So for example, I definitely want to have this ultimate ability proc every 50 to 75 seconds, that's for sure, right? And then I want in PvE, especially Drownshare, for Mingzilu to proc 100% and then College Median to proc 100% as well, right? So that's how the game changes. You have to, yes, you have to place them in order. For example, why is Cheesy again a supporter 4? So the reason for that is because his ultimate ability is very bad, but his bond with Airy is very good, right? It gives Airy some nice amount of physical and magical attack. And that is why I don't even count on him proccing in PvE or PvP, because he never will. His ultimate will never proc, since it's gonna take too long of a time for him to proc, okay? And yeah, that's pretty much it. I know this might sound confusing to most of you guys, but I really cannot script this video since I do need to show you how this actually works, right? I cannot really script it. I know I said that for important videos I do want to script, but I really can't, right? I cannot script this video, and I will say again, sorry if it sounds confusing, but all you need to do is first always proc center LA1, supporter LA2. Now all you need to know is that always the center LA procs first, then it's supporter LA1, supporter LA2, supporter LA3, supporter LA4, and the center LA will proc randomly after every 50 to 75 seconds as well, even between these procs from the supporter 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. So that is pretty much all you need to know from this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.